Hi everyone, I hope you all are fine. Today we will have multiple meaning words. First, you have to log in using the eplustudent.com. Click on any move on to language add. This class is for the G3, 4, and 5. So we'll get a lesson under the grade 4. So you move on to grade 4, you find multiple meaning words. Lesson will be which definition matches the sentence, which sentence matches the definition. Okay, so let's start. Some words have So what you need to note is that some words have more than one meaning. Okay? The light hurts my eyes. Feathers are very light. So when you have words, they could have two, three meanings. Okay? They could even spell the same. They could have the same spelling, but they have different meanings. Okay? So we have lights here. The light hurts my eyes, and the feathers are very light. You can obviously see that there's a difference. The first one is like the reflection hurting your eyes, and then the second one is like saying the feathers have no weight. Okay. Sometimes the different meanings even sound different when you pronounce them. Okay. Now we can say the actors leaned over and took a bow. Now in this sentence, bow rhymes with how. The girl tied a bow in her hair. So you can see that in this sentence, the bow rhymes with low. So sometimes they could have the same spelling, but they sound different. Okay. So basically, they have different meanings and the same spellings. Okay. So let's look at some more examples. Okay. Now, words with more than one meaning are called multiple meaning words or homograms. So we call them multiple meaning words or homograms. So they will just have same words but with more than one meaning. Now, what does mine mean in the sentence? In the early 1900s, children as young as 8 could work in a coal mine. So as you can see here, it's talking about the coal mine, right? Where people go for mining and stuffs like that. So it's like a tunnel where metals and other minerals are dug up. But we know that we have another mine in the as a pronoun, which is totally different from this one. So you can see that mine here, it could show possession, like saying, "Oh, this is mine; it's for me." And then it also mean like a tunnel where people go to dig up minerals or precious stones. What does beat mean in this sentence? This song has such a catchy beat. So as you can see, this is talking about the beats, the sound, right? Pattern of sound. But of course, we have different meanings for beats, okay? The hairdresser will crop Daniel's long hair. Crop. Now, crop here means what? To cut off a part of something. So, crop, we all know that crop means like maybe like the plants, the farms that we have, we call them crops as well. And then we can also say crop in form of cutting of something. So, you can see that these words would have the same spelling, but they have different meanings. Sometimes they even sound different. So let's go to the test. You can share your answers with me, okay? So Kirk keeps his seashell collection in a box inside his decks. So what does box mean in this sentence? Is it the first or second? Is it a square container or to fight with someone as a sport? Okay, so we have the first one. Okay, so next off, Dustin is the best pitcher on our team because he can pitch a curveball. So what does can mean in the sentence? Is it the verb to be able to, or a noun, a metal container? So we have able to. Okay. So what does cold mean in the sentence? Cloud turned on the faucet and splashed cold water on her face. So is it the noun or adjective? Chilly or sickness that often comes with sneezing and a sore throat? Which of them? All right, so we have the second, chilly. Mr. Scott gave Mario a check for $5 for raking the leaves. What does check mean? Is it a noun or the verb? All right, so we have a piece of paper used to pay money, the noun. Okay. The doorbell will ring when Mia gets here. Is it what does ring mean here? Is it the verb or noun? So we have the verb here to make a sound like a bell. A dog egg is usually larger than a chicken egg. Is it the first or second? So we have what duck, a bird. Okay. After the sword fight, the knight had a small wound in his arm. So what does wound mean? Is it a bad cut in your skin or wrapped? First or second? All right, the first one. Okay, so in the movie, a single tear slid down the actor's cheek. Is it the first or second? Salty drop of liquid that comes from your eye or to rip? Okay, so we have the first one. When Michael saw the basketball player, he yelled, I am your biggest fan. What does fan mean? The first is second, a person who loves a sports team or player, or tool or machine that cools by moving air back and forth. All right, so we have the first one. So that's it for this lesson. We'll move on to the next one. So try to complete this if you haven't done it, okay? Okay, so we know that some words have more than one meaning, and sometimes the different meanings even sound different. So just like we have the light hurts my eyes, the feathers are very light. Now the actor leaned over and took a bow, and the girl tied a bow in her hair. So sometimes they could have different sounds as well. So which sentence uses the meaning of fair? So fair adjective, treating people equally. What does that mean? So Mr. is a fair teacher who is patient with everyone in the class. So like treats people equally. So can, verb to be, to be able to. So we have what? Tana is the best pitcher on our team because he can pitch a curveball. Then palm. Which sentence uses the meaning of palm? Palm, now the flat part of the inside of the ham of the arm. So we have what? An insect beats Masha on his palm. Okay. So share your answers with me, okay? All right. So which sentence uses the meaning of wound? Is wound meaning wrap? So is it gonna be the first or second? The patient in room 231 has a wound in her shoulder. Nurse Lee said. The tailor wound the thread around the spool on the sewing machine, first or second, which of them? Okay, so we have the second. So we have can to be able to, is it the first or second? Okay, so we have what? The second one. So left, adjective, the opposite of right. Philip smiled and waved goodbye as the train left the station, or my sister uses her left hand to write. Is it first or second? Okay, so we have the second. Palm now, the flat part of the inside of the hand. So is it the first or second? All right, so we have an insert beat marshal on his palm. Okay. Tear, verb to rip. Which of them, first or second? So I was afraid Max would tear his pawns if he climbs over that fence. So rip. So fair adjective, treating people equally. Is it the first or second? All the cotton candy I ate at the fair gave me a terrible stomach ache. Miss Terry is a fair teacher who is patient with everyone in her class. Okay, so we have the second. So fan, now a tool or machine that cools by moving air back and forth. Is it first or second? So if it gets too hot in my bedroom, you can use this fan. Okay. So we have pack, verb to leave a bike or car in a place. First or second. So if you park the car where the sidewalk is painted red, you will get a ticket. All right, that's it for this lesson, multiple meaning words. Can you tell me if you have any questions? All right, since we have no questions, we'll end here. See you all next time. Bye, everyone. Complete this lesson if you haven't done it, okay? Bye.